You want to talk about prime time television? The NBA Emirates Cup is here, and we got showdowns all across the league. The Philadelphia 76ers lose to the Boston Celtics. You get a dominant performance by Luka Doncic. 40-plus points again versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The Portland Trailblazers, they take down the Denver Nuggets in the clutch. And all across the league, we got shows on shows on shows. And the Chicago Bulls, the question of the year is, can they be stopped? Y'all, this is Swiper, and this is Locked On NBA Game Night.
When that final buzzer rings, you know it's time for Locked On NBA Game Night. All the post-game reactions to every game across the league, every single night, with insights only the hosts at Locked On can provide. It's the true NBA fans' one stop for all the action. Every game, every night. It's Locked On NBA Game Night. Tipping off now.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Locked On NBA Game Night. This is your host, Swiper. This is your best place that you can get all the NBA content that you're looking for to satisfy your weekend. Y'all, we're getting ready to go off into the weekend with a great celebration of Halloween around the NBA. Y'all, I cannot wait to talk about these games. Today's episode, y'all, is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. Now, y'all, buckle up, settle in, because we got a lot of basketball to get into tonight. You want to talk about a phenomenal game for the Chicago Bulls. Oh, my goodness. 5-0, 4-0 at home. You want to talk about a team that is defying all expectations this year. When the Josh Giddey trade happened, everybody and their mama said there's no way that the Chicago Bulls, they were going to trade Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. People didn't see the vision. You know, when you look at Chicago, they have been trying to find the right blend of talent to build around that team for years. They got a great pick, I think, in Montes Buzelis. I think he is going to be a star in this league. He's having a really great year. But today, the show, it stops and began with Josh Giddey. 32 points for Josh Giddey. 10 rebounds and 9 assists, including shooting 57% from the field and 50% from the three-point line. And then on top of that, Vooch, shout out to Nikola Vucevic, 26 points himself. He just continued to dominate. And one of the unsung stories this year, y'all, is that their defense has been very good. Now, they gave up 125 points to a very good Knicks team today, but you saw time and time again when the moment was brightest and they need to make plays, they made them today. So it's a great all-around performance. The New York Knicks, funny enough, they were able to really make this an even closer game down the stretch. They got it to 95 to 90 to 100 when the Karl Anthony Towns made 2 free throws with about 10:50 left in the game. It was 101 to 106 when Mikal Bridges hit a jump shot that pulled him right back into the game. 104, 109. So if you just watch the game, there was a lot of nip and tuck, and it even got to 110, 113. So there was a great three-pointer. I think OG Anunoby hit in the left corner, right corner. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was off of a great pass from Miles McBride. But they just did not let those plays stop the momentum, and they just kept making play after play after play after play. And then you got a chance to watch Vooch continue to put this game away, to watch Josh Giddey continue to put this game away. You know, Jalen Brunson in his own right, you know, he tried to respond to see if he can keep them in the game and keep them attached, but it just wasn't happening. But JB, 29 points, had 7 assists with this game as well. He was 12 of 25 from the field. He also shot 37.5% from the three-point line. Mikal Bridges had 23 today. Karl Anthony Towns had 22 and 10 and 4 assists. And then OG Anunoby, 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. So they balled. Like, the starters for the New York Knicks were good, but there's just something about the way the Bulls are playing. They're playing inspired basketball. And not just Josh Giddey, not just Vooch, not just Montes, but Isaac Okoro. He's still trying to get integrated with what they need to be doing defensively. He is supposed to be their stopper, but obviously it's just been a little bit of a nip and tuck trying to get him involved. But off the bench, Jalen Smith, 10 points, 10 rebounds today, crucial plays. Patrick Williams continues his good play that he started this year with in 23 minutes with 9 points himself. And then on top of that, you get Kevin Huerter with 12, and then Ayo Dosunmu. If you have ever heard me talk, and Chicago Bulls fans, if you follow me on Twitter, you might be aware. I think Ayo is a special, special player. He's super young. The dude can play defense. He's a good shot maker. He's a good driver. He's a really good playmaker too. 22 points and 4 rebounds and 9 assists off the bench and 8 of 10 from the field from Ayo. And he was a game high plus 19 today as well. So just a phenomenal game, man. The Chicago Bulls, they continue to prove to the rest of the league that, we're not just a good jumpstart team, but we're here to stay. And I'm actually really excited to see how they continue to put things together over the stretch of the year. Shout out to Josh Giddey for putting together another great game. And they take down the New York Knicks. All right, y'all, we're going to head actually out to Philadelphia. If you didn't get a chance to watch this game in Philadelphia, this was a great game. And I want to start right here, y'all. Tyrese Maxey, 26 points and 14 assists for Tyrese Maxey. He is having a exceptional season so far. The fact that when he first came into the league, one of the biggest things you noticed about Tyrese was his change of pace. He has the unique ability to be able to create space at will. He can get to the basket at will. He can use his gravity as a shooter, as a driver to create opportunity for other people. And if you watch this game, his ability to stop and start and create advantages for himself and for his teammates today, it was just exceptional basketball all the way around from Tyrese Maxey. But also, man, their rookie, VJ Edgecombe, who, may end up being the rookie of the year. He continues to have some really, really good moments this year. You get 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists today. And then one of the things, too, that's a nice little add is that now when Joel Embiid is being loaded up against in the post, he had 20 points himself, had 6 rebounds. He has other outlets other than Tyrese Maxey that he can trust to hit a lot of big shots today. So just a really good game for this Philadelphia 76ers team, man. They really, I think, have a lot going for them over there. But again, they're not the ones that won. The Celtics are able to put this game away. Look, Josh Minott, he is a very interesting player. He is obviously very young in his development, but he has a lot of really good skill sets to him. Defensively, he has some chops to him. He's a good rebounder as well. I'm excited to see how he continues to progress this year. Kata as well. Kata also has a lot in his bag. Hopefully he continues to get more confident as a scorer, but the defensive chops are also there. But Jaylen Brown, man, as he's kind of continued to ascend into this number one option role, to do it today as efficiently as he did, where he had 32 points, and he did so on 13 of 19 from the field. You just love the fact that you're getting an aggressive Jaylen Brown, a Jaylen Brown that is letting the game come to him, but also he has so much experience at this point that he also knows when he needs to get his teammates involved, when he needs to get other people going. Derek White today as well had some really key buckets in the fourth quarter. He continues to just try to find some consistency this year, but he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in this game. Peyton Pritchard had 15 today. But off the bench, man, one of the things that made the biggest difference is Anthony Simons, 19 points off the bench, game high. Plus 23 for Anthony Simons. Hugo Gonzalez also was a plus 10 off the bench with 5 points. And then on top of that, Luka Garza. Again, I hope that this is going to be a year where it could be a career year for him, because he's obviously been sitting on the bench a lot in Minnesota. Great opportunity for him, but he had 9 points and 5 rebounds today as well. Xavier Tillman, 5 points and 4 rebounds off the bench. Not a lot from Sam Hauser, but 6 rebounds. It's good. Got some defensive plays for him today as well. But Anthony Simons, I'm actually really curious to see how his season continues to roll with this team this year, because they're going to need that off the bench scoring. And when you look at the game flow today and just look at how some of the game went, they just needed to continue to find ways to put the ball in the basket and win some of these possessions. And they were able to do that. And Xavier Tillman, thankfully he's been working on that 3 ball. He's able to extend the lead to 103 to 92 with 5 minutes left. You just like what Boston's doing, man. They're without their best player, Jason Tatum, and they're missing obviously some rotational players from last year. But a lot of it is just, how can you find a new way to win with this roster? And playing versus a 76ers team that's been hot all year. They might not be fully charged with no Paul George, but they got a good team. They got a good roster. And that was a really, really impressive game. And again, shout out to JB. He really hit the basket to really put the game away with 3 minutes left. He had a step back three that was right over the top of the key. That was money. So shout out, man. Like, they did enough to win the game. They got it done. Great win by the Boston Celtics, y'all. We got so much more basketball to get into on the other side. We have more coming up here at Locked On NBA Game Night. Your ambition just met its match. With Robinhood, you play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Locking in on every opening, beating your PR, beating it again. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control of your money. Trade stocks and EFTs, options, future, and crypto, all on one platform. You can now build and execute your own trades from a desktop with Robinhood's Legend Advanced tools, or take advantage of the new Robinhood Strategies with a tailored portfolio managed by a team of experts. You expect more from yourself? Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. The NBA season is heating up, and DoorDash has found the perfect way to keep fans in their bag all season long. Whether you're watching for the highlights, your fantasy team, or just your favorite player, DoorDash makes every game night even better. DoorDash is the official on-demand delivery platform of the NBA, and they're celebrating with something called the bag drop. Now, every time an NBA player scores 50 points in a game, DoorDash drops 50% off of your order with Dash Pass the next day, and you're automatically entered for a chance to win the ultimate fan bag. Now, we're talking player-inspired drip, exclusive gear, and stuff you'll actually want. So I love all that. It's not just food. You can get everything from snacks, the drinks, the headphones, ice, socks, all delivered. I use DoorDash all the time. I even used it tonight because I had to celebrate the holiday weekend with a little bit of pizza. And DoorDash, they help me out all the time. So DoorDash has you covered for late night highlights, last minute watch parties, and double overtime fuel ups. So next time someone goes off for 50, use promo code NBA50 the next day to get 50% off on DoorDash with Dash Pass, plus your shot at the bag drop. Dash Pass members, 50% off up to $10 the day after a 50-point game with promo code. Terms apply. No purchase necessary. It ends April 13th. Open to U.S. residents 21 or older. Visit DoorDashInYourBag.com for full details. DoorDash, in your bag all season long. We'll be back for segment 2 here at Locked On NBA Game Night. Y'all, we are back for Locked On NBA Game Night. Thank y'all so much for being here with us today. I'm so glad that we get an opportunity to tell you about all the great games that happened here tonight on Halloween. Make sure, if you're watching this, give us a 5-star review on Apple, iTunes, and Spotify. That way you can listen to more great content being made at Locked On NBA Game Night. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're saying, yo, Swiper, I love the drip. I love the way you sound. Hayes, I love the way you sound. Make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube platform, like and share the video. Y'all, let's get into it, man. Like I said, what a night. Like I said, who is Luka Doncic? Oh, my goodness. Who is Luka Doncic? Where did he come from? From which planet did he arrive? From which planet did Luka get to this earth? You want to talk about a dude that's going off 44 points in 39 minutes for Luka Doncic with 12 rebounds and 6 assists, 14 of 27 from the field, 52%, 6 of 15 from 3, 40%, and 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Luka Doncic, 3 games. That's 3 games this year with 40 or more points. Luka is having his way this season. And then if you look at Austin Reeves, after coming off of a 28-16 game, he gives you 21 points and 4 assists tonight, and they just continue to win. The Lakers, they're sitting at 4-2. They're 3-0 on the road at this point now, and they're finding more and more ways to win despite the fact they have injuries on the roster. DeAndre Ayton, only 17 minutes tonight. Not great. Obviously, leaves the game. He had 9 points today. He was 4-6 from the field, but obviously, hope everything's good with him. Rui Hachimura, 38 minutes played, had 9 points tonight. And then Marcus Smart, 12 points as well. Off the bench, Jake LaRavia, who is one of the underrated signings of the NBA this year, he gets 13 points himself. So, look, man, we're just in a very interesting spot right now, with the LA Lakers. They just continue to find ways to win, and this is without LeBron and Luka. This is without LeBron. They're just figuring out that, look, we're going to have to be really scrappy with how we're playing. We got to be really creative with how we're attacking teams. And tonight, Ja Morant, 31 minutes played, 8 points, 7 assists. Not a great game for Ja, obviously. You want more from your best player. Jaren Jackson Jr. has 15 points today, just 4 rebounds, only takes 8 shots. Jalen Wells, who was up for Rookie of the Year last year, had 16 points, had 7 rebounds today as well. Jock Landale, 16 and 5. Off the bench for them, Cedric Coward had 13 points, 10 rebounds, which is great performance. So, you know what? I just think that, the Lakers, they're just a really gritty team. One of the things that J.J. Redick has really instilled in this roster is no matter what, there can't be excuses. We always have to find a way to put together good performances, and that way we can just see if we can continue to get wins and rack them together. So, y'all, I'm so impressed with Luka, and I know that's doesn't mean a lot. It's, I realize that people are watching this and saying, well, it's Luka Doncic, he's one of the 3 or 4 best players in the world. I think that the level that he's gone to this year is really, truly one of a kind. Because the Lakers, they were down a bit, double digits in this game in the third quarter, 61-74. And they easily could have just packed it in and decided, hey, we just don't got it today. We can just keep it moving. But they didn't. And they really found a lot of really good possessions. Austin Reeves, he continues to flourish. One of the things that really aided him playing with LeBron, I think, and Anthony Davis over the last few years is that he just had to figure out not only just how to be a tertiary ball handler and how to be an additional role player, but what he figured out is that, there are ways that I have to be able to get involved in the game besides being on the ball. But when he got his opportunity to be on ball, he turned himself into, a high level role player, maybe even soon to be a star in this league based on the start that he's had. So really, really, really great game for Luka Doncic. Really great game for Austin Reeves. I love the energy that they're playing with right now. And, man, if the Lakers can continue to do this, they're going to surprise a lot of people this year. So great win by the LA Lakers. Up next, y'all, we got Phoenix versus the Utah Jazz. This was a blowout. It was 118-96. Great game by the Phoenix Suns. They get their second win over the year over a Utah Jazz team. If you look at the overall game script and the box score of this game, man, Lauri Markkanen continues to have a crazy year, 33 points in 35 minutes. He was 10 of 20 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3, 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Looked really good. But on the other end, man, just a complete win for the Phoenix Suns. 36 points in 39 minutes for Devin Booker with 9 assists. He was 13 of 23 from field, 56%, 6 of 9 from 3. When Booker's hitting that 3 ball, there's just not many players in the league that are scoring like him. He just has a certain level of touch to his game. He's perfect release point, and when he's in rhythm, you're just not beating him awful lot. And he only went to the line 5 times today, but he hit 4 of them. And then Grayson Allen had 14 points himself, was 2 of 9 from 3. Ryan Dunn, 13 points and 10 rebounds for Ryan Dunn, continuing to lose that very long, lanky body he has to secure the boards. Royce O'Neal had 13 points today as well. So really important win, man, because I think they just need to continue to do their best to try to get these wins in their pocket. On the other side, too, the Utah Jazz, they're obviously in a position where they're trying to continue to tank and get better, Matt. But I'm excited to see how they continue to play over the course of the year.
Yo, it's Matt Moore from Locked On Nuggets. I'm parachuting in so Swiper doesn't have to run his vocal cords completely out tonight. Keontae George with another 9 assists. That guy's such a good passer, right? But speaking of passing, do you know Book is 4th on potential assists per game this season?
Oh, wow.
He has been an absolutely incredible, there's different types of playmakers, right? You can be a point guard that kind of brings the ball up and you orchestrate everything, or you can be the Harden type where you bring the ball up and you're heliocentric. Book's interesting in that Book is kind of like, he is tip of the spear, but if you bring that attention, he will also then punish you for it. Like, it is always like, hey, I'm an elite scorer. You better bring attention to me. Now I will hurt you with it. And he's learned so much from getting so much attention over the years that he's turned into this really great passer. Like, his passing has been unbelievable to start the season. I do think the Suns team is starting to kind of figure out a little bit of who they are. You saw tonight, like them holding Utah, who has been one of the most explosive deep or offenses in the league, to 96 points. Like, that's where they want to go. And everyone like made fun of Ishbia for talking about how they were going to be a good defense this year. That really is the long-term goal because they have the capacity. A lot of that, I think, is they need to get to the right starting lineup. They're now 2-0 with Mark Williams in the starting lineup with Royce O'Neal next to him. Like, that lineup makes sense, right? You've got Book, you've got Ryan Dunn, you've got a shooter in Royce O'Neal, you've got a big that can finish in Mark Williams, and doing that instead of having Iguodala, who I love Osto Iguodala, but having him at center, I just think that's like a way better formula for Phoenix to be able to actually go forward.
Yo, I agree. We got a lot more to get into. We got a few more games tonight, man. I told y'all this has been a loaded NBA slate. We'll be back for more here on Locked On NBA Game Night. Y'all, the NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of a game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth-quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. So right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. We'll be back for the final segment here at Locked On NBA Game Night. Back here for the final segment of Locked On NBA Game Night here with Matt Moore to cover the last 1/3 of the show. My friend and great analyst with Locked On Nuggets. You're muted.
Right on time. I'm gonna get text from Swipe after this game being like, I didn't need you.
No, I wouldn't say that. We were flowing. But look, this is a good time as any. You know, you just got done doing Locked On Nuggets. We haven't had a chance to talk about the Denver Nuggets game versus the Portland Trailblazers. Matt, the Portland Trailblazers, they win 109-107 off a back of 2 made threes from former Nugget Jeremy Grant, who helped them win multiple games in the bubble. When you watched this game, Matt Moore, what were some of your takeaways from the Blazers and Nuggets?
Yeah, Tamani Camera is a demon. Like, just made a bunch of plays, including being able to bear hug a guy and have it be called a jump ball. That's a thing that he's apparently able to do now, which is cool. That's a superpower I didn't know was possible. Denny Avdia just bodied Christian Brown. And then Aaron Gordon at the end was not like they had to put Aaron Gordon on him and he couldn't do it. Avdia, 23 points, 7-13 shooting, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, but he was great in this game. Plus 17 for him. Jeremy Grant came up big in this game, 16 points. He really contributed. For Denver, they really fell apart late versus the pressure that the Blazers were able to apply. And they run into this problem where they did the whole front Jokic and then bring the help defender behind. So there's 2 guys on Jokic. And that's easy to beat if you're expecting it, but they wind up wasting so much time trying to figure out how to get the ball to Jokic. Like, you're like, well, we still want to get him the ball. And so you're dribbling and like you're getting pressure because it's good Blazers defense and just time ticks off. And now it's late in the clock and you haven't made a single pass. Like, a lot of the Nuggets offense was just like Jamal Murray or Aaron Gordon and even Jokic off of a pass from Cam Johnson, just like making wild shots that they're great at. But Blazers really turned up the heat. I was annoyed with the officiating in this game, and I'm very rarely annoyed with those things. I tend to be very much like fans should not complain. This is actually a foul, blah, blah, blah. They were in a mode of end of the game. Anything goes. Nope. Now we're going to call everything tight. No, everything goes. Nope. Now we're going to call a foul from the backside that I can't see. I'm guessing. It turns out I was right. Cool. That's the game. That's the game winner. I also, unless you actually Goldberg spear a human, like Roman Reigns actually spear a person, I do not think the foul should decide a game. I just don't. Swipe. I just I philosophically am against foul calls on jump shots deciding NBA games.
Yeah, it definitely was a tough out, but obviously if you're the Portland Trail Blazers, you love that win, especially given they had to find a unique way to do it. Chris Murray came off the bench and made a big impact for them. They went to spread out, 5-out offense, and that actually helped them to generate more points. Donovan Clingan had 15 rebounds, had 7 offensive rebounds today, which ended up, winning a couple of possessions to them. So good job by the Portland Trail Blazers. Up next, y'all, Los Angeles Clippers versus the New Orleans Pelicans, and boy, oh boy, Kawhi Leonard with the perfect I'm back shot. 34 points for Kawhi Leonard in a 126-124 win with the game-winning shot that went down as soon as the buzzer ended. And not just 34 points, 5 rebounds and 6 steals today. Super efficient game, shot 69% from the field, 63% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. Also, Derrick Jones Jr., 16 points. James Harden continues to put together a stellar career. 24 points and 14 assists in 39 minutes for James Harden, and we are very late into his career. The fact that he's still able to do that is phenomenal. John Collins, 14 points off the bench. They just find a way to win, man. Like, they're applying a lot of pressure. They get enough defense pressure at the end of the game. Dion Williamson, 29 points today. He had 6 rebounds, had 3 assists. He played a very good game. Trey Murphy, 17 points. Jeremiah Fears, the rookie, 13 points and 8 assists today. He's looked good to start the year off. So, Matt, man, like, the Pelicans, they might not be the most talented team in the Western Conference, but they will push you. But this is a really good win for the LA Clippers.
Is it though? Like the Pelicans, like this is, this is yet another nail in Willie Green's coffin. That's like what this game is like, man, it's like a double-edged sword where it comes down to a last-second bucket from Kawhi, where I'm like, you needed a last-second bucket at home to beat the Pelicans, who are absolutely in tailspin mode. Like, you were unserious, Clippers. You were unserious on opening night when you lost to the Jazz, and you were unserious now because you probably should have lost this game. On the flip side, with the Pelicans, I'm like, the Clippers are like tailor-made to be the team where you're reeling and everything's going badly, and you can't even pull it off there. Jordan Poole, 30 points. He can shoot, man. Like, he's such a good shooter. And like, he was a really big part of their comeback tonight to get back in that game, because it was looking like a Clippers blowout early, and then the Pelicans storm all the way back, and then they still lose the New Orleans Pelicans in a nutshell. I love Derrick Jones Jr. in this game. I thought his aggressiveness on rebounds, his aggressiveness, like, he only had 3 rebounds, but he's in there on so many possessions, and he's such a physical presence. Yeah. Like, I love what he brings them. I love this combination of guys that they've got right now with like Derrick Jones Jr. and John Collins, and like the kind of flexibility that they have. I really like it. So that part of the Clippers I really like, but they are lucky to have gotten out of this one with the Kawhi Leonard game winner, because otherwise this was going to be a very Clippers loss.
Y'all, a couple more games, y'all. The Toronto Raptors beat the Cleveland Cavaliers without a lot of their roster, but still a really good win for the Raptors. They needed this one. Brandon Ingram, 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists today. RJ Barrett, 20 points himself. Scotty Barnes, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, stealing a block. But off the bench, you can check all the Twitter. Jamison Battle, 20 points off the bench, a plus 28 as well. They're going to continue to need to find scoring outside on the guard position outside of Emmanuel Quickly. He just had 4 points today. Not a great game from him, but Jamison Battle, he gave them a spark plug off the bench, hit 6 threes, and I'm talking about momentum shifting changes from him when he made those threes today. So just a great overall job. Look, they're trying to find like a little bit of chemistry. They're trying to find some rhythm, especially offensively. So every time the Raptors can go out and win, that's the best thing they can do. DeAndre Hunter for the Cleveland Cavaliers had 26 points, and then you get Evan Mobley with 29, 8 points with 3 steals today as well. Lonzo Ball, 8, 4, 8, 5, and 5. So just a good game, man. Like, the Cleveland Cavaliers right now, they just need to make it until they get their squad back. Obviously, no Darius Garland, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jared Allen. They're just literally trying to survive. But good job, Toronto, for getting a win.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like, okay, cool. This is the starting five for the Cavs: DeAndre Hunter, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, Jalen Tyson, Lonzo Ball.
That's tough.
Okay, I guess. I will point this out though. Jamison Battle had some of the best advanced metrics of any rookie last season, and he just barely played. But every time he got on the court, good things happened. So I am kind of like interested to see where he goes. Like, Jamal Shed and Jamison Battle need to play more. And that's going to be an uncomfortable, I think, conversation for the Raptors as we go forward because, Brandon Ingram, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. You got that 20 from Barrett, like you mentioned. And then there's Emmanuel Quickly, 4 points.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
6
that's
assists,
probably the one.
plus 1.
Yeah, but he's making $32 million. So like that's that's tough.
Yep.
That's tough. Last game of the night, y'all. Atlanta Hawks 128 over the Indiana Pacers, the winless Indiana Pacers, who somehow foresaw this and got their own pick back that just changed their fortune. So who knows, what they end up doing this year. But Jalen Johnson, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Completely filled the stat line today. Zachary Richichet, 13 points as well. Kristaps Porzingis had 15 points, 8 rebounds. Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the start for Trae Young, 21 points, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Dyson Daniels, 8 points, 9 rebounds today. Onyeka Okongwu with 14 points and 9 rebounds off the bench. Gouye had 6 points and 6 rebounds. And then you got Keaton Wallace with 11 points and 7 assists off the bench as well. On the other side for the Pacers, you get 18 points from Pascal Siakam and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Jarris Walker, 17 points. Nesmith, 12 points. And then you get Quentin Jackson, 15 points. Now, you want to talk about a team, Matt, that is going through injuries. Goodness gracious, the Indiana Pacers just cannot seem to stay healthy.
Yeah, when you were out trick-or-treating tonight and you saw all those skeletons in people's yards, yeah, those would be like some of the healthiest players for the Indiana Pacers at this point. It is a graveyard. The biggest story of this game is that Trae Young did not play, and the Hawks look like this. And I know it's the Pacers, but keep an eye on this. This is going to be a very, very interesting storyline if this continues. I'm sorry. Like, it's good. I know it's the Pacers, but like Nickeil Alexander-Walker comes in, all of a sudden they're playing defense and they're still able to score. Gonna get to be an interesting conversation if that continues. Did you talk about the jaw stuff?
I mean, a little bit. We went over a little bit. It's not great. Yeah, it's not great.
Yikes! Great. Who gets traded first before we get out of here, Swipa? John Morant or Trae Young?
Well, Trae Young's not. Did he get traded, or did they just let him expire?
Well, it's an expiring contract. Why not trade him? Get something for him.
Magic?
Rockets?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why not? Why not? Maybe they'll get something for him. Yeah. Who knows?
Work a 3. Is it all these teams? I'm like, work a 3-way deal. Call Sacramento. Let's break that team up right now. Get on the phone.
Yeah. Throw in Keegan Murray and Malik Monk and just for nothing.
They're swapping them around.
But y'all, that's going to do it for Locked On NBA Game Night. We had the heck of a slate for Halloween night, so thank y'all so much for being here. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tap into Spotify and Apple iTunes and give us a 5-star review as well. Y'all know what time it is. Matt Moore, Swiper, y'all know what it is. We will see you on the other side.
Swipe is the GOAT rolling solo.